Hey guys, and welcome to the NiBBLE bi-weekly series week 17 qualifier 1. Today, guys, is going to be an interesting one because, as you guys all know it, the week has been quite interesting. A lot of the teams have sort of formed, separated, and the NiBBLE bi-weekly just keeps on changing consistently in terms of the teams registering and so forth. But today, guys, we got a set of 3 games that will be going into play. The first game just had started, so we don't want to waste any more time talking about this. But game number 2 will be going at 17:45, and game number 3 at 18:20. And then the prize pool, of course, going into this Sunday. Trios, again, guys, a 2,000 Rand going in for the total prize pool. First place is going to be 1,400, and then second is going to be 600 Rand. Let's go jump on board, guys, with some of the players that we have on board over here, guys. First and foremost, let's go jump on board with a POV from NiBBLE. So we've got NiBBLE jumping in onto the map right now, and we're going to see exactly what that's looking like. And you can see already pretty much interesting gameplay that will be set out from him right over there. So let's see exactly how he can handle himself in terms of gameplay. But today we got a couple interesting sort of games going forward. So NiBBLE going Misty, right? So NiBBLE also had separated with the trio Woke and Scorer. But, however, his LFT as it stands right now, I'm not sure entirely if Davs and Harmony is going to be the team that he will be using going into, the final games that we have over here of week 17. There's announcements going to be coming out, guys, by the way, on the NiBBLE series. Make sure you guys are checking out NiBBLE Esports as well as Elite Pro series for the announcement based on the gameplay that we will be getting. But yeah, it's going to be very much interesting to see exactly what goes into play. On top of everything, we do have these players which I'll bring Rakic here at Pleasant Park, where he will be landing with Genie and Divs. So Genie and Divs is actually a good contribution to Luka Rakic. Luka has always gotten that high rating from a lot of the players that if he does find a good team, he can definitely do well. Now, Genie and Divs continuously carry themselves in the competitive environment. They've done so well in the previous parts of the gameplay. They can do so well going forward as a team. And we get to see that. We get to see that ignite here in the NiBBLE, sort of Luka Rakic playing with somewhat seems to be a good trio. Divs has won a NiBBLE bi-weekly series as well, has come second in a NiBBLE bi-weekly series a number of times. So with the new team sort of coming together, we can expect some fire gameplay which will be available for you guys over there. But other than that, guys, we do have Vibes playing with Sariano as well as Unit. You guys all know them. FNZA winners. I'm joking. The team playing right now on the map is going to be Vibes, Kusei as well as Chris. So they're going to be playing in the competitive games right now. Let's see exactly what will be the play going forward with them. I mean, it can be very much interesting to see exactly how Vibes plays with the Kenyan players. And that's what NiBBLE bi-weekly series is all about, is getting the entire African scene involved in the competitive scene of South Africa. So Vibes is playing with 2 players, Chris and Kusei. Chris is such a young, talented player coming out from Kenya. He's an absolute unit of a player, if I may add myself. So this team is definitely going to be showing in some great gameplay, and let's see exactly how they will be able to compete going forward in the tournaments over there. But other than that, guys, we also do got Puds, Paris, and State, which will be in the tournament over here as well. And this seems to be the last sort of POV that we have here for you guys going into the qualifiers. Yes, qualifiers don't get that much POVs, but to have this much very early is amazing. Couple shots being fired right now. Nice tags going back. This could potentially see Storm Surge, right? Because we're in this point where Storm Surge is available to some of these guys. And let's bring up the POVs we have on Twitch. We got Reepsy as well as the other competitive player Gloves with his team on YouTube. So we'll bring those POVs up for you guys just so we can see exactly what the stakes or what POVs we do have on our hands as well. So Gloves and Reepsy in this one as well. So let's get their POV sorted for you guys, and we have that right over there. So boom, bada bam. So there we go. Gloves landing at Dirty Dogs with Ricey and Energy. Not Ricey particularly. It's going to be Ace and Energy. I don't know how the team can withhold themselves here at Dirty Dogs. It doesn't look like they are going to be contested as well. But a stacker of a game that we have on our hands over here, guys. Game number 1 with 80 players remaining. And that surge or sort of zone 1 is closing in right now. So these games are definitely going to be so worth it going into the final sort of zone 5, zone 4, etc. that we have on our hands over here. So let's see exactly what happens.
What in a broken rotate?
Boost by me.
So now, good rotate all the way to bridge, just farming up, making sure that he's in a good position of HP. We can go also see
What is that giant?
Reepsy and them potential winners in the qualifier, I presume, that could potentially come in over here. So you can hear Reepsy calling out that Storm Surge could potentially be happening, some Storm Surge tags. I can tell you it is definitely going to be happening over here. 12 players need to be dead in order for that Storm Surge not to happen, and I don't see that sort of gameplay going into action.
Dude, like, I'm not even lying, like, I'm low-key...
There's a car. Yeah, 21 in them. Yeah. He tagged me. Okay, don't mess with them, man.
Damon's in them, right?
I saw a Wildcat, so.
Yeah, probably.
Sarah?
No, Risey's or not. Risey on Ace of the count.
Oh, yeah.
Sarah also has one on his knee. He got
He had a scar, bro.
Strux gave him a Wildcat, a gun.
Bro, like, I genuinely have 1 mini and 2 slashes as my shield, by the way.
5 minis and a bit.
So Reepsy and them can definitely do well in this one. Guys, there's 83 players. Players just get rebooted left, right, and center. So it's going to be so beautiful to watch this unfold. And this is just the qualifiers. So this week, obviously, everyone putting in their all might, potentially with the series moving over to duos. We'll have to wait and see exactly what the decision will be coming up from Elite Pro Series. But I'm excited for next year, because next year means a whole new changes towards, NiBBLE itself as well, because we do know exactly what is in play with the competitive year of Fortnite, and that's duos. Duos has sort of been announced in November 19th. We'll be making an announcement whether or not we'll be changing it to duos. If trios does remain in the game for next season, then we may potentially go in with trios towards the entire 2022 as well. But we'll see what happens here with the NiBBLE series, the formats, everything, placement points, elimination points, how all that gets to change. And luckily here for Reapsy, he's managed to find himself some minis in which he did need to acquire. You know, he was sitting on one mini in the beginning, so that really wasn't looking all too well for him. So we'll mute that and then we'll go back to our favorites in the Discord over here. So Luka Rakic and them. I'm really excited about that trio, guys. That trio definitely looks good. But as I say that, we see Reapsy, Tem, and them actually going into a bullfight. So let's actually stay on board with that. And that is a good pump. It is a double pump situation from the teams. And that's how you do good teamwork right now. Does look like, however, they're going to go into another battle right here. They jump straight in, they get those eliminations, and that's going to be a massive refresh. And if they also do have, you know, better loot, they can pick that up already. Blue pump as well being picked up here by Reapsy. So successfully, they've already clutched up their surge tags as well, because in about 18 seconds that surge is going to be closing right over there. So successfully picking up 2 kill points going into the end game is going to be massive for the team. Let's see exactly how they will be doing over there. And it does look like Luka himself is in somewhat a good position as well, where he's now found himself boxed up, ready for the next zone. And if they don't deal enough damage, which they seem to have on their hands, they very much covered in terms of HP and everything on their hands over there. Neymar has well covered 618 damage above. You just love to see that coming to play over there. So that's going to be amazing coming in to the sort of gameplays and so forth. So let's see what the player can do and how things sort of go forward for them. Vibes, Soriano, and Unit. Let's see exactly what's popping up for them, how things are looking at like for them as well. So we'll go over to Vibes. 87 damage above. This is where we could potentially see some Storm Surge, sort of lightning bolts come in and a line here for us. Let's see exactly if that does come into play though. But 38 damage above now. So you can see that it's coming into action right there. So Bravado Neymar actually gets knocked. Let's go jump on board with Neymar right now, as he does get knocked in the gameplay that we... Okay, that has to be another Bravado Neymar. That has to be another Bravado Neymar. Because in the kill feed of Vibes in them, we did see that position where they... In the kill feed, Bravado Neymar got knocked. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why you guys can't actually see this gameplay. I don't know what's happening. There we go. There we go. Apologies for that, guys. So Neymar's actually playing with Davs and Harmony. Some good tags for them, but they're gonna get tagged up quite a bit themselves as well. That surge activates, and just in time for Vibes and them as they managed to get that going for them. So successfully they pull that one up, which is good to see. Let's go look over at Luka Rakic, see what their positioning is like over there. So we're bringing it up right now, and it does look like it does look good right there. So Davs and Harmony is playing with Neymar right now. We'll get to their POV towards the end to see exactly how things turn out for them. But this is definitely looking like a stacker of a tournament for Qualifier 1, guys. We have to love to see this one. If you guys haven't already, make sure to hit a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, because this Friday we got Qualifier 2. On Sunday we got finals, guys. So that is going to be absolutely amazing to spectate. So good position here for Luca as he could potentially get guaranteed next zone, but it's not going to be easy for them going forward because things are very much in a stacker of a position. So we'll get more POVs from you guys. We'll just keep Reapsy open over here. Let's go jump on board, guys, with gloves. So gloves looking very much in a good position as well.
Look here. Wait, watch. He's looking at us. They're looking at us.
This is, I think, the cover then.
The card's not playing.
Yeah, let me check, guys.
Yeah, chug one.
Come here.
So they got already a set launch pad that they can use going into the next game. And you crazy to see that the team is also on 4 eliminations here in these final moments. So that's brilliant to see coming out from clubs. Ace as well has energy. If they can keep up this consistency, let's see exactly what this means for them. But the team is already looking very much focused and straight in.
Right, how many pads?
We got 2 gloves as one.
Oh yeah, pigs on me. Come get these pigs. On me.
The zone is just about to close right now, and they have to use that launch pad. So unfortunately, no, they don't have to use the launch pad. They are in the zone, but either way, that launch pad is still going to be forced out of them to go into the next moving. And if we move over here, guys, to Puds and them, we get to see exactly what's happening over here. There's some eliminations getting played out right there, and you can see a knock had already been formed, and now they're going straight into the box. They're getting in those eliminations, and they got Zap dead already. Now it's just down to the single player, but now they're in the enemy's builds over here. They need to jump out and try get into their own boxes, into their own tops, their own very base if they want to stay alive in this one over here. Guys, in the chat, who do you think will win game number 1? Guys, in the chat, who do you think will win game number 1? Lemma making some decent rotations. Just still a couple long way to go. But Neymar, Davs, and Harmony, not a confirmed trio to play competitively, but here to play in the qualifiers. Storm Surge is active, and I actually want to see now, if we go back onto the players, definitely not Gloves, but more so Reapsy and them. And it does look like they're actually doing so much better than I would have expected. So 683 damage above, which is really good. They definitely got that surge rotation in play for them, as well as for Gloves. Because if you think about Gloves going Dirty Dogs, means that he's opened to so much damage not being dealt across the map over there. But 11 players in this one, guys, is just not going to be looking too good. And we look at Vibes and go over to Vibes right now. Vibes in them are very much low on that damage threshold. So if you look at that threshold right now, 63 with 5 players remaining, and in about 8 seconds, we'll get that surge activation. Hopefully we get to see something along the lines of surge activation on the players. But by the time we actually get that surge going, it does look like some of these players will be done and dusted and will be eliminated. So there's only now 2 players remaining who need to be eliminated. So it doesn't look like they're going to be in any tough position whatsoever in terms of damage for them. And look at just what's happening over here. They're focusing more onto the players that is available around them. 50 players now remaining, going into that 4th zone, 5th zone rotation. The first moving zone will definitely be a pain, will definitely be tough for these guys, but I think they'll be able to pull through with a good rotation nonetheless. This is game number 1 of your qualifiers, guys, and I think it's really showing some heat right here.
we pan now. Go
Where am I
deep in.
landing?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the
On
tower.
blue.
Yes, yes.
I had a shit drop, but yeah, I'm with you.
Now we look back. The team right below us. We can't really look back. Look right side maybe. Yeah. Watch out. There is a team like right below us. So yeah, they're looking at us.
Darting.
Come to me. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, with you.
No, sorry. No, thought they went repairing.
124 AR. Really
I have
cool.
116.
Yeah, we up on search, so we're in a good position.
Do we have another pad or no?
Nah.
So, sort of max pool being displayed over here for Reapsy, right? They've now managed to get into a good zone, but however, now need to sort of pull even further. They go in with the early rotation using his builds, wood, and now switching over to metal brick. Gets to form up in the house. This is a really good play coming up from Reapsy, and you just get to see his skills as an IGL being displayed so drastic over there. So fantastic to see. Here for Glubs, using the launch pad. It is an early launch, and if you see the building that Reapsy's in quite below, there's Reapsy and them going out of that building right now. This is really good here for Glubs and them. Good ahead of zone right now. Ace quite low on HP, however.
I need you to stay on me.
Glubs very vocal on what needs to be done by his teammates. Hopefully we get to see that sort of transpire for them going forward and so forth. But let's go jump on board, guys, with a Luka Rakic just to see how things are looking for them. A new team, I'm expecting, them to really pop off in these final positions over here. And you see that pop off sort of coming to play as it stands right now. So they're making these rotations right here, which just seems to be good. However, one player, which is going to be Divs, if I'm not mistaken, fallen down, dead and eliminated. A good pump from Luka. Luka gets that knock onto Paris, and Paris is going to find himself being eliminated. He does also have the floppers at hand over here, which could be crucial for the team, for him going in and just sitting in the storm and just healing up quite a bit. He also does have chug splashes if he does need to use those to sit in the storm, as well as a launch pad. If he does find himself an area of freedom in terms of height over there, we will be able to see him get into the next zone. He does do the short launch, however, which seems to be the play going forward, and that's exactly what we want from him coming out of there. But let's go over to Neymar as we pop onto Neymar to see exactly what's happening over there. We do see he gets eliminated at 9th place, so that's very much unfortunate. And for Vibes and them, they're eliminated as well, so unfortunately we won't be able to see them in the play. So we go back over to Luka just to see exactly what's happening, and a good pump from him as he deals the damage over there. Let's see exactly what he responds to the enemy. Gets that elimination, and now he's just rolling through with what seems to be a somewhat pop-off. The team is doing so well over here. Inferno gets knocked, so he will be getting that siphon any moment now, as his HP is needing a little bit of a boost. And we see that boost sort of come in right now, and he's getting some good tags at the low ground, but he's gonna be tagged up himself. He still has a huge significant amount of mats to utilize going into these rotations. A couple 500 wood to his name and 250 metal, which is going to be extremely special if you want to utilize that in these final rotations. Genie and Rakic still alive in this one. 12 players remaining, and let's just have a look quickly if whether Glubs or even Reapsy more so is alive. So Reapsy is alive in this one as well, so definitely might just be winning this one. A full trio. They're claiming low right now, which is a really good position to find themselves in. They don't have that much mats, but it gets a good pump. He does piece control the player, but unfortunately it doesn't look like he will get this final elimination, as his team does hog on to that pump. They do get that kill, and now they can continue rotating. Has a full trio, 6 players remaining. 3 of them is coming out from Reapsy. Does look like maybe a 2v2v1. A good knock over here from Reapsy onto Voke. Not Woke, but Voke, as he gets eliminated over there. And then it is going to be a 2 1v1 situation. It does look like they will get this elimination over here. Unfortunately, not able connecting those pumps. He is quite low on HP. Tem is about like 10 HP. Doesn't look like he will be able to win this one.
Nice. He's about to come into zone. Oh, unlucky boy, unlucky.
But that is still very much successful. Really good game coming out from Reapsy and them. 9 eliminations. It does look like their team will be walking out over there. So fantastic to see the pop-offs from Luka Rakic as well as Reapsy just doing the most they can. Unfortunately, we couldn't really jump on board with them as he died at 9th place. But massive, guys. We'll be taking a little bit of a short break while we set up game number 2.
What we do here is go back.
Okay, and we are back with the gameplay, guys. We're going to be looking at that leaderboard, that sauciness that you guys so love to see on the leaderboard over here. So let's go jump on board with that right now. And that looks complicated, but it isn't. Trust me. So let's actually just hide the Twitch for now. So in first place, guys, we got Reepsy and Tem with that huge pop-off coming in second place with 13 eliminations. Smeg, Dan, and Vogue coming in second with 31 points. Devs, Rackets, and Genie with a good pop-off and some really good rotations coming in play for them. They come third with 28 points. And then in fourth is going to be Piv as well as Zakis and Retrieve with 23. And then in fifth is going to be Ace, Gloves, and Energy. So they actually managed to pull in also as well 13 eliminations. I wonder going forward for the rest of this tournament how things will be looking for them, because they can potentially walk through with so many eliminations. And guys, let's look at that schedule right over there, guys. We got game number 2 just about to start. Game number 3 is going to be on its way as well, but hopefully the games do remain as stacked as it is. Remember, on Sunday, guys, these are what the players are competing for. It is that chance at competing at 2,000 Rand prize pool. First place is going to be 1,400. Second is going to be $600. And I can tell you the champions coming into this one is going to be Travis, the Cub, and Rejects. Let's see whether or not they can't withhold their championship going into the final rounds over there. But going over to Reepsy right now, we had a huge pop-off coming up from them. Let's see whether or not they can somewhat stay consistent in the gameplays over there. We're also looking at Clubs, who had a massive game going forward for them as well. I mean, if you look at their gameplay, I mean, 13 eliminations, that was massive.
Shit, bro. Oh, because I saw people like highline over the mountain. They just dipped back to the IO base.
I don't think Ginger and them would ever key us again, is because of what happened.
What happened?
I actually want
They
them
were
to
first
cast
in the
this so
tournament
bad.
and they were holding us every single game, so we literally griefed them broken. We chased
just
them
fucked
from
them
dirty to
yesterday.
Oh,
musty,
yeah.
that's how long we
You know that
chased.
Arctic gent we just waited for? He's just
Yeah.
died. He got pickaxe, so no.
Yeah.
Ah, big fucking GXR Soriano's in again.
Why do you like South African and Falcon Payson? Someone's name is that.
Yo.
Specs game 2 definitely did start vibes in them actually getting in a couple kills right now. Unit and Soriano helping out on that one definitely. So here at Corny Corpse, it does look uncontested in qualifier 1, but I can tell you going into finals it won't be contested because there is teams that do land over here, so it could be interesting to see exactly what type of gameplays sort of evolve for them. We do have another POV, guys. E-Tech, Ryder, and them going into this cup over here, and you can see they do land in the Risky Reels. So Risky Reels is going to be a job spot that they will be solely looking at going into the future gameplay over there. Now, Ryder, Mike Sticks, and E-Tech. Mike Sticks, obviously, a lot of recognition has gone to his name over the past couple tournaments in solos. However, in trios, he's still yet to make a name for himself. He's still yet to back up that one hit, pop-off that he did have in the solo tournaments that Elite Pro Series does host. But Mike Sticks, by his past, reoccurrence of tournaments, he does seem to somewhat stay consistent in a way. So let's see exactly whether or not he can be the type of player to go forward with some mega pop-offs and so forth. For Neymar as well, Neymar has had the opportunity to pop off in game number 1, but unfortunately ninth place was literally where he had died. And there you go, Neymar with a huge pump. Does look like he will be getting some eliminations, getting focused quite a bit. However, in Misty Meadows, doesn't look like this seems to be the play, but he has cracked the play already, and he can furthermore do the damage. Looking to get this elimination, the solo player who have been separated right there. Nice crack from him, double edit, pickaxe into the wall. The chase down is happening right here. Neymar trying to find a way to just glitch through to the wall, and he does so indeed. Neymar makes his way through the builds. He does get heavily pumped. He does need that finish for the siphon, so he can get to a good amount of HP. He does so, and you can see in the kill feed, the players are comfortably happy with what had happened. So Davs, Harmony, and Name are just clutching up their gameplays over there. So that was successful going forward for them. Let's go over to Pods, Paris, and State to see exactly what's cooking up over here. Down to 79 players. Let's see whether or not some players can get rebooted, however.
looking for the harpoon, little mushroom?
Yeah,
I found it. I'm a goat like that. Mark, which... we're just using the same one.
Bottom name are dead.
Another big bird if anyone wants. 2 big birds here.
I'm just getting the crystal.
We are disgusting these splits.
Don't worry, the good's coming now. We can maybe look for a black car if you want.
Yeah.
Just gonna use this to kill the
Do
How
a
many
pads.
pads do we have?
Oh none.
That's 9.
You energy? I have 9.
What another luck do we have?
Oh man. When we were playing with Moabs, how many pads did we get a game? Like 4.
Yes, good. Good. Nice one, bro. It's over.
Stink effect.
What build we will
Ooh.
Here's 2 again, huh?
Great Jamie again, bro. You put in a shower.
So it doesn't look like we'll actually be getting that Storm Surge this time around for game number 1, but it's still relatively too stacked for qualifier, and I'm loving the scene that's coming out of here, and I'm hoping as well, Extreme, that, you know, Reapsy and Temp can bring it home. It's been pending for a while now, and I'm hoping that they can finally bring it back here for the NiBBLE series.
Still pretty stacked.
Yeah, but like we had like 84.
My go up there is on the mountain.
Right, on the farm, wait.
What do you need help? What do you need farm? I can help you.
Break and what?
Design.
Yeah, I need my break. Yeah, I'm down, I see.
When we believe in you, it flips. Oh, it
Wow.
doesn't.
Let's go sit on top of main. Build up to main from here.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Fucked it.
Drivers. Psycho.
That was so clean. Oh my god.
You mean iRacing, bro?
Oh my god, that was actually too clean.
What does clean?
I hit the tires and bounced up.
Oh.
Like that was low-key in the highlights, possibly.
Maximum views.
Oh, imagine sitting up here, bro. Look, my little butt up here, bro.
Behind, yeah.
People like that, by the way. I can get
Ah.
tags.
Yeah, you might as well.
20, 40.
Good surge tags happening here for Reapsy and them.
Oh, nice.
They put themselves in a really good position where they can continuously get the damage across from the entire map. Go over to Luca just to see exactly what's happening over there. Just farming up, and we're at that special number right now of 69 players alive. Trying to just see if any of these players are finding themselves in any action whatsoever, but it doesn't look like anyone in our POVs are going to be fighting just yet. But it does seem like some successful rotations are happening either way. Here at Believer Beach, does look like Ryder will get some tags, and oh, he cracks the player. That's definitely a free elimination for them to get. cracks another player. If they don't double key this, then I don't know what is wrong with them. They definitely can get some kills over here. Cracks the player yet again with 32 head dink. Two players cracked, but unfortunately it doesn't look like we're gonna have Ryder, E-Tech, and Mike Sticks actually go in for the kill, go in for the eliminations over there. I mean, I would have personally done so, but to jump on board with Pods, Paris, and State as they take somewhat of a box fight situation going into play over here. Let's see whether or not they do execute this fight. Here on the low ground as well as on height. Oh, Paris absolutely beamed. Potosh and them will get eliminated over here. Doesn't look like they're fighting coordinately. Both players down. Doesn't look too good for the team. Can't get the double edit, but unfortunately builds up. He will potentially look to disengage and then pick up the placement points over there for his team, as they so desperately needed here in game number 2. Oh, heavily pumped over there. Potosh, who I've come to know in my past, is a really good fighter, but seems to be choking up quite a bit over here. And unfortunately, we will find him being eliminated in that very position of ease. And he just could not continue on with his gameplay.
They boxed up right now.
See Pachi behind you, his last.
I'm a bit behind you guys, just chill.
Oh. 1 HP, 1 HP! 1
Nice.
HP, 1 HP.
Those white superiors.
Yeah.
Why have I just fallen down the mountain?
1 HP, dead!
Nice.
Come, push.
I'm going for left door.
Because it's currently Vibes and them they're going up against. They definitely have the advantage in terms of the fight over here with the one knock player, the damage that has been dealt already. Calling out 1 HP.
120 on the other gun.
Dead.
Nice. Bro, you can get me up. You need to go now.
We need to go other
Where?
side.
I got a pad.
Yeah. It might be worth it. There's one guy still up top here. What are they?
Had
use
it,
pad.
he had
Go,
it.
use his pad. Go get me up.
Yeah.
Get me up, energy.
Where are we going?
Up, stay here. Just go get me up.
Where? Boney.
Do you have a pad, energy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Boney. I think I don't know what it
I
takes.
think you're gonna die.
The 2 tick right now.
You have a pad. Yeah, you're gonna pad out. You're gonna have to pad out.
Yeah, just
do
pad
that.
on this loot. There's so much
Ah,
loot here.
I'm full dead probably, yeah.
Okay, wait. Chug
You know-
before you do it.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Fine.
have 12 seconds. Yeah. You're gonna make it out.
Please tell me
give
it's not
you-
a
They're in a good position to get the revive. I say they bring it back, and let's get surprised towards that end, right? Let's get surprised. I think they bring it back. They have Chugs in the box as well to really do the most they can in that position. Let's get surprised in the end. We jump on board with gloves to finish this game over here. But let's go over to Neymar to see how things are looking out for them. Vibes in them managed to just slither their way out of that position where they were in a fight. You know, Vibes in them, unfortunately, just couldn't take the fight against Gloves. And it was actually sad to see, you know, Ace get eliminated over there. He did manage to hit 60 white. The player was one tap if he had somebody to fight with him. Would have been in so much better position, but unfortunately we do see him getting dead over there. I don't know whether or not he will get revived. It's a very risky play for him, for Energy to go all the way into Boney to try and get that revive going into the play. Right in them, they played sort of passive aggressive, you know, got a lot of tags in Believer Beach, but they didn't even consider going in for that elimination, and they find themselves in a good position where they can use these to rotate into the next form of zone over here. Storm Surge warning with 5 players needing to be eliminated. Good rotation for them, but Mike Sticks as well as E-Take absolutely low right now. They cannot heal up. They need to just hold their builds. Mike Sticks is going to get knocked. Unfortunately, it does not look good for Ryder and E-Take. They literally one tap of HP, but they heal up. Really good strat. One hold, one healed, but you can't really hold or heal each other unless you do have the Chug Splash. And for them, they have it. They're in a good position over there. Oh, Luka Rakic and them getting rolled over here. Derv's dead, Rakic dead, and it's now down to Genie. Let's see exactly what happens. Yeah, it gets pumped over here. Genie to live out in this one. One player goes in for the double key, and it's down. Does get tagged up all the way down to 74 HP. He takes the launch pad and does not get focused. He has to be very, very lucky over there. Not getting focused at all in that position he was in was extremely lucky. But let's go over to Ace. So, Ace Gloves and them actually pull off the revive, and they're in a good position. They're on height over here. And if they do get that first moving zone, they'll be so happy because they have the mad counts. They have everything to keep height. Let's see exactly what happens though.
Go down, my man. Hello.
I think they're dash.
It's either we pull or they pull.
Yeah, they're dash, I think.
Yes.
We pull, yeah, hopefully.
Tell me if you see our harpoon spot, by the way.
Look!
We
Nice,
pull.
nice, nice, we got it.
They have high.
Yeah, they have high.
Hello?
Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
Energy got beam.
Wait!
Don't do it.
What's above you, clubs?
Get me out.
I'm on Ace.
Energy
Same
of
play.
dropping. Sharp, shouldn't have got beam.
Yeah, you said they dropped though. They left.
Yeah, but you left your ult back. It's fine. Pick up.
Can you get me? Down.
Energy's not good, because you have a pad, right?
No. Use that to get down. You have chug?
Yeah,
Are these your flows?
Yeah. We can go down one.
he's on top floors. What the fuck?
I can back. I've got 200
Hey,
hearts.
none of these are floors. Get off this. Yeah, jeez.
Oh,
100? Dead?
Nice, that's nice.
nice Energy. Clutching up in an intense situation like that is definitely the W's. But let's go over and watch the big Neymar, Dabs, and Harmony make those rotations, make those gameplays. as we are on board with them right now. We didn't get to see their moving zones last time around because unfortunately they had died 9 players, but it doesn't look too good over here as we do have one of the players already eliminated, and it's now down to a duo. Neymar as well as, I'm not sure, maybe potentially Harmony? No, Dabs. So Neymar and Dabs to make the rotations over here. Let's see exactly how this pans out and plays out for the team. So Storm Surge active, guys, in this stacker of a qualifier. We just love to see it, man. Getting those surges has been amazing so far right over here. Now just getting up everything. There's some definitely refreshes that they can use over there. Davs might just get trapped in a little bit of a weird position of layer. Neymar trying to connect as much pumps as he can possibly. Does get tagged up for 50. Making the rotations right now seems to be good for him. We did see Ryder E-Tech as well alive, but now it's down to literally a single player E-Tech. AV E-Tech making the position as a solo. Let's see what clutch plays he can produce for himself and his team. Then we go over to Reapsy and them to see exactly how things are cooking out for them. But now E-Tech really in an awkward position as he was making those rotations. Club still alive somehow. He does get into a good box. He gets that knock over there. He tags up another player.
Stay alive, stay alive. He got cracked.
Oh, and the peanut butter edit. No mats. He goes straight into the mats over there, but unfortunately, a player still in zone over there, and he gets eliminated. Reapsy out and dusted out of that one as well. So unfortunately, just not going to be a Reapsy back-to-back sort of pop-offs that we were hoping for. However, Neymar is alive as a solo. Let's see exactly what he can do in this position of a NiBBLE qualifier. Game number 2 in the end game as perspectives. He does have literally almost everything he needs to get into the end game over here. Max even has a launch pad if he wants to sort of climb to the highest parts of the map right here. Gonna get focused quite a bit from everyone. A player in his box, he connects quite severely over there. Tagging up quite a lot of HP. Jumps into a player's box, but unfortunately, that's not gonna work out for him. And he gets eliminated over there. But they pull in 11 eliminations. Twitter Vogue left in over here. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Oh, GG's. Okay, so unfortunately, guys, that is going to be the gameplays we have for you in game number 2. We'll go over to a short break, but we'll be right back to detail exactly what happens going into the next sort of final game of the qualifier 1. And we'll look at that leaderboard for that top 5 positions to see exactly how things are looking like.
What we do here is go.
Hey guys, welcome back to game number 3. First and foremost, let's actually first look at that leaderboard because some things have changed and we get to actually see what has changed. Oh, not Reapsy, my bad over there. So there we go. So first place is going to be Smeg, Dan, and Vogue. The consistency that has been displayed from this team is astonishing. But I wonder if they can keep that first place position because if you look at Ginger's game, guys, 46 points in a single game. They got a 21 kill win. I repeat, they got a 21 kill win. So they're definitely showing up to the party with some mega consistency. In third place is going to be Reapsy, Tem, and Swish with 43 points. And then in fourth is going to be Perv, Zakis, and Retrieve with 43. In fifth is going to be Bravo, Neymar, Davs, and Harmony. Neymar obviously clutching up quite the number over there with 42 points. Now, that top 5, guys, is looking so close on points. And, you know, I hear Glubs is trying to make it into the top, trying to make it into the top 3, but I don't think it's happening. I don't know. Ace, Glubs, and Energy need to clutch up their games mega if they want to get into the top 3. Because if, and also need to hope that Reapsy, Ginger, and Piv somehow die mid-game or even off-spawn, then they can get in. But also, if they do doubly key, get some points, get some consistency across the map, then we could potentially be looking at. But guys, we're going into that final game as it stands right now, and the players are qualifying into the finals, which is going to be happening on Sunday, the 26th. The total prize pool for this event is going to be 2,000 Rand. First place will be taking 1,400, and then second will be taking home 600 Rand. The schedule of the evening, guys, is going to be the 3 games. We're jumping into our very, very last game over here. Start game. So we're going to be jumping into our very last game over here. So let's see exactly how things sort of play out for them and how the consistency really will be for these teams over here. But yeah, so Reapsy, who was favored to win this tournament, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to be going into play. But we will be jumping on board either way with a Reapsy POV now. Not then, but now. So let's just go and see exactly what is cooking up for the team over there at Pony Burbs. It does look like in the previous game we did have Reapsy sort of in a tough position where both slip trucks were looted by Genie, Rax, and Dibs.
Yeah, but it's like nothing to do during the week.
Who's bird that? Mine. Yeah, fuck. Okay, yeah, we landed. Remember landing bridge, yeah?
Oh, should win game.
Yeah, win game, yeah.
Yo, oh, I forgot I don't have X like on. Shit.
Okay, yeah. We landed bridge.
I mean, not bridge. I'll land up here.
Yeah, you land up there. I think I'm gonna land left side. I'm gonna land left. I don't know. Maybe go with switch or look for a gun or something. I'm gonna go left side and cut them off. Imagine they just go bony. That would actually be so god.
We go pleasant.
Can we take Pleasant?
Uno, reverse.
I don't give gets fire.
Where they going?
Oh my god, these chains are busy singing outside our house.
Uncon, right?
Bro, these guys are busy singing outside my house.
Yep, Uncon then. So let's get this slip rock and I'll go away.
Yo, these guys are like dead ass singing outside my house right now. Jailbreak? They are very much singing. Is this Christmas carols?
Yeah, I'll get the one down here then.
So
I'm not
doesn't look like Genie and them will be going in for the rotation of the slip trucks. The replay definitely came in, and you know, potentially maybe Genie just won't be doing that strategy going into the game number 3 that we have on our board. But let's go over to Luka Rakic and them just to see exactly where the drop spot is. And I can see the drop spot actually being located here, just outside Pleasant, at Pleasant Park as well. And gameplay can go in their favor if things tend to work out quite successfully for them.
Nice one.
They do have a launch pad, or not a launch pad, but they do have a llama to work with, so Devs and them very much happy about that one. They have the launch pad, the lava. So now he's back at full max. 6 chili chugs in this position. Love to see it, man. We did see some off-spawn action going in at Misty. I don't know if they will be contested, however. Like, getting killed by Neymar, Davs, and Harmony at this point in time is like, okay, let's not contest again at Misty. What did you miss? So you actually missed Ginger. Well, we didn't get to watch it, but he missed Ginger's news, right? So he managed to actually win a game with 21 kills here, ranking in a total of 46 points, and now he's third on the leaderboard, even second on the leaderboard. So he's just miraculously jumped up the leaderboard with such a surge of points. Other than that, Glubs and them did pop off seventh place with a couple eliminations to their name. And then Luka Rakic, unfortunately, had been eliminated quite early alongside Divs and Genie. So they just didn't really find their momentum going into the tournament over here. But we still have another stack of a game on our hands, right? Because we got 80 players alive in game number 3, guys. So this qualifier is surely showing up to par, showing up with some massive consistencies. And I hope to see exactly what is on the plate for us at the end of this game, who will be walking away with the win, etc. on the leaderboard over there. For now, as it stands, it is going to be, you know, Dan, Smeg, and Vogue, as they have consistency in their gameplay. They're actually first right now, a team we would have never suspected to come first in the first place position. But let's see exactly how that really works out. Meg has been showing some consistency either way in some of the local tournaments we have here in South Africa. On the other hand, what we have in our POVs is Vibes, Chris, and Kusei really getting involved in what seems to be a box fight sort of ramped up situation that is in play for us over here. It does get a massive pump. The player is also cracked, so they do have the advantage in terms of actually getting those eliminations. But look, a third party is in play over here, and he does get tagged up all the way down to 74 HP. If he does get the eliminations over here, it will be massive for him, because he does get a refresh. Not only that, but he will also get a siphon to tally up his HP, which seems to be in the pits as it stands right now. Kiam, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Is Naseway still alive? Naseway is still alive. It does look like Chris, unfortunately, will lose its player. And now Vibes, as well as Kusei, need to stay as a duo if they want to make it out of this one alive. Doesn't look like it will be, however, successful for them going forward. Let's see exactly how things turn out to be in the zone over here. So 69 players remaining. Players are dropping like flies towards the very end over here. Potash and State get somewhat eliminations. So let's see exactly how Vibes handles himself. Unfortunately, ramping backwards. He is going to get tagged up. Kusei dead, and Vibes going to be eliminated. Unfortunately, they had the upper hand, and they somehow threw that out the window when things weren't really going in their way, in their favor. You know, they had the capability of winning that fight. I mean, they already cracked the player, but unfortunately missed out on the opportunity to actually kill those players over there. So that was just GG's in the books. Ryder, E-Tech, and them just making the rotations right now, which seems to be in a good position of play. We go over to Neymar, Dives, and Harmony, who have been doing much better, right? Much better than what we've seen from Woke and Scorer, and that is just no offense to the team though, but Neymar playing in a much better mindset, I would believe. Yep, 21 kills. Absolutely fantastic coming out from Jinjin and them. They've been so consistent in the last three NiBBLE trio tournaments, coming first, second, and then fourth. So really, I think this weekend it's going to come down to the wire in terms of how things are going to be looking like. Da-na-na-na-na-na. It's actually nice that now you can actually rotate like this, having the player on the vehicle, because in some instances, like we're witnessing right now, you only do have the capabilities of using a Lambo or whatever the case may be. And over here in this situation, we may potentially have Nemo, Dabs, and Harmony sort of third party the zombie fight that they have over here. So it's Cammy, unfortunately, will find himself being eliminated in this position over here. Does throw him a bit too harsh all the way down. The scan just not really going into play, and they don't really know where that position of players are. Now we can see actually, so they're on the outskirts, on the water, very far in a boat. It doesn't look like name on them will be able to get this elimination, so just renders out of play for them, which is very unfortunate to see. Let's go jump on board with Ace to see what happens. Ace actually dead. Ace and Glubs eliminated out of the qualifier 3 in this position. Luka Rakic on the build of Bony Burbs, so they're playing a very slow passive gameplay. Let's go jump on board with where Neymar where potential Reapsy could be. Has Reapsy ended his stream? Okay, for a second I thought he did. It is just glitched. So once that loads up, we'll go back to the gameplay. For now, let's go see exactly what Ryder, E-Tech, and them are up to. 54 players remaining in the game, so definitely a lot of double king going into play. But oh, he does tag up the player for 62. Ryder could have potentially gone in with some eliminations. So Ryder, E-Tech, and them need to understand when to engage and when to get in those knocks and eliminations and so forth, because realistically in that fight as well, they had the advantage. They already cracked the player, they already did so much damage to the other player as well. Why did they not go in for the engagement and eliminations is the question, because they could have easily have done so in that play. Ooh, Ryder cracking a player all the way on height, really looking successful for them. Players flying. Trying to connect a couple shots. Unfortunately, the bloom not paying in his favor. Neymar's still alive in this one. Playing edge of zone. It does look like they went in to go for all the action. Does get himself a chili pepper as well. Interesting to see Neymar with the org as well, right? Because usually the case is Travis, the Coven rejects will have the org at hand. I want to see Neymar, who's on controller, who has aim assist, to use the org, whether it would be better or worse than rejects. Down to a couple players going into the final zones over here. Let's see exactly what's happening outside of these competitors with Luca, Rakic, Divs, and his teammate over there. So it does look like they're somewhat in a fight over here. Luca has been hit very, very hard. He does need to heal up before even thinking of making a rotation with the launch pad, as well as take maybe even a half pot. Goes in, uses the launch pad to go in on height. Divs taking the action all by himself, and for the most part actually holding the grounds, right? But they can't be too separated in these instances. Maybe even better to move from this fight and go over and use the launch pad to get into the next zone. None of these is their builds as well, so they're finding themselves in some weird positions where things are not really their builds. The disengagement comes through. Trying to chop down some players over here. Does look like Divs absolutely pondered to the brim. Very low on HP right now. Luca can't get the elimination over here. He's done so well to get a huge tag. However, double pump onto him means that he's going to get eliminated over here. They can't get the revive, which by the pressure that he's now done to the oppositions, maybe even Divs could clutch up the situation over here. Back to 200 HP though for Luca. Nice beams, but he is beamed back. So the trade not really worth it in the end. And in about 30 seconds, the zone is going to start to move again. Yes, they have a launch pad at hand, but now look at their materials. The materials have been used quite dramatically, as well as their utilities. No more minis, no more big pots going into that end game. Does get a good crack onto this play over here. Hits him. We don't know for how much, however. Nice pump from Luca. Luca fighting to the best of his abilities. Needs to make sure to pick up everything. Does get tagged up quite severely, however. There were some minis as well available there for him. But unfortunately, he does not go in to take those. And now he cannot heal. He's finding himself in a predicament over here. Gonna use the launch pad down to 20 HP. If it does get tagged literally from anywhere, it'll be full on Chaile for him. And there we go. We do see that tag coming into play, and he will get knocked and done and dusted out of this one over here. Neymar sticking to zone rotations. Ooh, Neymar using the org to his advantage over here. Absolutely beaming the players. Gets a 38 wide. He can't get the knock over there. Doesn't look like the entire team hasn't gotten any knocks in the kill feed. At this point, I just feel like maybe then the org is the most broken gun in the game. They get to rotate here. They have first moving. I think they also do have a couple launch pads that they can utilize for themselves here in the zone rotation. So you can see that coming to action right now. It is going to be a max sort of pull for them, and they're rotating. They already marked where they'll be landing. So really good position to find themselves in. Harmony, Davs, still alive in this one as well. And they can make these rotations happen. I think they have maybe potential another launch pad as well. Doesn't want to get focused too much. Covers up these areas. Good tops nonetheless. Harmony with the topping. Getting into the very last place of this zone, and then they will decide whether or not it pulls back or even pulls more max. Dropping all the way to bottom. Ooh, good pump from Neymar. Trying to get the cleanup. He will do so over here. So many eliminations and possibilities open for the team right now as they just pick up and just kill over here. Does look like Neymar and them could potentially get the Vic Roy. This is something we haven't really seen in a while as well. So, yes, it is only a qualifier, but these qualifiers have been somewhat juicy and stacked. And the way they've just been playing has been amazing. But I don't think this will be the final trio going into the finals. Does get a huge tag on the play over there. Can get more eliminations as well. Sees another player in the water. This player looking a bit out of place. Will get that elimination as well. Zaf, FN. Oh, Neymar down, Harmony down, Dav clutching up, but doesn't look like he can do anything more further, right? He's very low on HP, looks swamped up with a lot of players around him, and Guan actually gets that Vic Roy, so GG's to them. That is going to be the tournament, however, guys, from from Elite Pro Series to you guys from NiBBLE Esports as well. So that was very successful, but we'll be ending the stream over there. See you guys on Friday for Qualifier 2, as well as on Sunday, where we'll be making our massive announcements on what the future plans is for the NiBBLE Bi-Weekly Series. See you guys then.